everyone, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Amanda, and this is Take 10 with EnviroKlenz, where we're going to take 10 minutes out of the day to discuss different ways to live a non-toxic lifestyle.
So each week, like Amanda was saying, we'll be talking about a different topic that has to do with indoor air quality and just how to live less toxic. And we'll have exactly 10 minutes to do it. So this
should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We're with EnviroKlenz, and EnviroKlenz is really dedicated to helping you live a less toxic life. The technology is made entirely of earth minerals, and that technology was originally developed for chemical warfare neutralization. So that same technology and the same earth minerals that are really good at removing nasty chemicals like serum gas and mustard gas are also really helpful for people who want to live a less toxic life and eliminate toxins in their home environment, such as formaldehyde and potassium iodine and other nasty, gross things like that. So each week, we're going to be talking about a different topic, and this week's topic, we're going to go over indoor air quality. There's many different aspects to the indoor air quality discussion, but there's a few facts that we found really interesting when we were discussing it.
One is that our indoor air is actually more polluted than our outdoor air, which is very shocking and surprising and quite hazardous to our health because we spend about 90% of our time indoors. And our indoor air can be 2 to 3 times more toxic than or polluted than our outdoor air.
Yeah, which is insane because we always think about how gross it is outside, all the smog and combustion and all of the pollutions that we typically think of, but we don't really process the fact that inside it's so much worse.
Yeah, we tend to think that our home is like our safest spot, but maybe not with all the hidden toxins and chemicals that could be in your home. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, ranked that indoor air quality was one of the top 5 risks to public health.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like all of the things I'm thinking of that are like the biggest risks to your health, I feel like before thinking of EnviroKlenz or just indoor air quality before we started this discussion, that was not even
that wouldn't be on the list.
On the list at all, let alone the top 5.
Well, I think it's because we kind of forget about air. We breathe it in just instinctively and naturally, and we don't really think about all the factors of what could be in our air and what's a hazard to our health. So
yeah, and it's scary once you actually learn about it and start thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the different sources of indoor air pollution in your home are crazy. It could be anywhere from your furniture off-gassing to chemicals in your home, cleaning products, a whole plethora of things that could be making your home toxic.
Yeah, absolutely. So the second fact that we wanted to highlight is that indoor air quality is actually a really big health risk. So yeah, it's worse than outdoor air, and we already know outdoor air is pretty bad, but it is worse, and so that's so toxic to our health. And like you were saying, the EPA ranked indoor air quality as one of the top 5 sources of poor health.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy. And so indoor air quality is also really bad for all types of homes. So it doesn't matter what kind of house you live in, where you live, it's going to be a big danger.
And ventilation, especially in homes, are a big concern now because home builders tend to now try to do tight-fitted homes so that you have lower costs, but those lower costs are actually causing you some health concerns because you're not getting proper ventilation in your home, so you're not getting those pollutants and toxins out of your home naturally through airflow. So it's kind of just getting trapped in.
And that makes sense when you go back to the whole that it's more toxic inside, because outside you have all the pollutants, but then you have trees and stuff that are cycling that out and making the fresh air. But in your house, it just kind of gets stuck there.
Yeah, it just kind of gets stagnant and you just breathe it in.
Yeah, and we're in Florida, and so we are used to opening our doors in the winter, letting cool air in, and then closing it tight during the summer months to kind of keep the humidity out and just the heat out, and running our air conditioning systems. But that in and of itself is just recirculating bad air if you're not filtering it properly.
Yeah, for sure. And then humidity is another big issue, especially here in Florida, because humidity can bring with it all its negatives, like mold spores, mold growth in your home, which can then impact your health as well and be pollutants in your home's air.
Yeah, and even we've been to Colorado and Montana, and we talked with some people there, and there were things we didn't even think about, like the fact that during the winter they close everything up. There's no air coming in or out because they want to keep a nice warm environment. But that's almost even worse because you're either burning wood fire or gas or anything else to keep your house warm. And again, there's no ventilation. There's no circulation of that air to keep it from becoming super harmful. So most common sources of indoor air pollution are combustion sources, chemical products, organic matter, building materials, and outdoor pollution. Again, that makes its way into the air environment, which is really stressful.
Yes. Another thing is there's been a dramatic spike in asthma due to air pollutants. There was a study conducted in 2011 that around 25 million Americans suffer from asthma. So that number just keeps growing, and now the connection's kind of been made that air pollutants can be one of the causes of this spike in asthma.
We were talking about like how pediatric asthma, so kids getting asthma, that has been on such a drastic increase. And that's just, I mean, it makes sense. They're spending more time inside. Kids aren't going outside as often. I mean, so they're spending a lot of time.
Kids want to stay indoors. They want to play their video games. They want to watch their Netflix. And
and there's not a lot of going and getting some fresh air, which we take for granted and we think is just like an old wives' tale. Like, mom told me to get fresh air, but it's so important, and this just shows it that it's increased 73%.
Yeah, I mean, and asthma ranks as one of the most common conditions in the U.S., which is crazy to think about.
And a lot of health professionals have actually concluded that it is indoor air pollution that is affecting them, because not only are kids staying inside more, but we're driving cars more, and that's getting stuck inside. We're using household chemicals and pesticides and stuff, and that's all getting trapped inside your environment.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you don't even think about when you're spraying your cleaning products where you're trying to get your home clean, and you can be just flooding your home with toxins that could be affecting your health dramatically. So it's nuts.
It's crazy. And so the fourth fact is that indoor air pollution causes more than just respiratory issues. We think of asthma like, that's a given. If there's poor quality of air, if there's a lot of stuff in your air instead of just good old O2, then obviously there's going to be respiratory issues. But we've actually, from working with different customers that have specific health concerns, indoor air quality really affects a number of things. So we've gotten calls from people talking about a bunch of different health concerns, including asthma, lung infections, and even lung cancer. And that's just the big respiratory ones. But then there's other little things that we get a lot, that we hear a lot about, such as dry eyes, headaches, nasal congestion, fatigue, and nausea, which is really sad to hear about, that indoor air quality. And a lot of times people don't put two and two together.
Yeah, they don't connect the dots that that's what's causing it. They may just assume like, oh, it's allergy season. It could be just a flare-up of my allergies. But if your allergies are happening all year round,
12 months out of the year,
then maybe it's something that a little bit more than just allergies in the air.
And it could be something that's more internal and inside your house.
Yeah, absolutely. There can be allergens stuck in your home, like pet dander, mold spores, cleaning products that are releasing chemicals, any sort of thing that could be making your allergies kind of go haywire.
Yeah, and that's just one of the many aspects of indoor air quality. And we have written a blog post about all of these causes and all of these really interesting facts, and also how to fix that. So we're going to go over that in a future video, but we also wanted to include the blog that we wrote about it. If you can't wait and want to read it right now, you can click in the description, and the blog is posted there in our website, and then that'll give you all of the different facts and all of the data that we've kind of gone over.
Just kind of a helpful guide of what to be on alert for with indoor air quality and what could be affecting your indoor air quality.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we're running out of time, so that's all we have time to talk about right now. In the next part 2 of this video, we're going to go over some harmful products in your home, and also how to address those issues and how to take steps to combat them and really fix them so that you're not just living in this super toxic, polluted home. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe so you can learn even more about indoor air quality, and we will see you next time. So today we're going to go a little bit more into some surprising facts, and we're going to focus on 4 main items that we regularly use in our homes, or most of us regularly use in our homes, and that can possess harmful toxins. 3 of them might seem kind of obvious when you really think about it, but the last one's definitely shocking. Would you agree?
For sure, yeah, definitely shocking.
And they can cause things like dizziness, allergic reactions, skin irritation, even cancer, and then nausea. And so we recommend, especially with cleaning products, looking for some non-toxic options. So look